Good afternoon. We had an excellent joint. Everything okay? Okay. We're dealing with security. We have to take care of people first. We had an excellent joint session of foreign and defense ministers of the European Union today, all 28. And let me tell you with a certain pride that 6 months ago we started to work on strengthening our common work on security and defense in the European Union. Exactly 6 months after that, we have taken today the first operational decisions, and that was done unanimously by consensus at 28 with a lot of support, thanks to a very constructive and active approach of all member states. And this in one of the fields where traditionally we've had in the history of the European Union more divisive steps. It's since the 50s that we're struggling in the defense field. And today, I think we are concretely and very practically advancing there. Today, we decided to establish a military planning and conduct capability, which will command the EU non-executive military missions. We have 3 of them currently. It will be established within the European Union military staff. We've also decided to create a civilian military joint support coordination cell that will increase synergies between our civilian and military work. You know, this is the highlight, the feature, specific feature of the European Union action on the ground, matching whenever and wherever it's needed and however it's needed, civilian and military work on security. So this coordination cell will help us creating and highlighting even more the synergies on the ground. And we have decided to continue in the coming weeks in the same very proactive and concrete manner our work on a certain number of issues that are going to be very important for our work ahead. First of all, on permanent structured cooperation in the field of defense. You know, this is a provision of the treaties, has never been used. We have established, we have decided to continue the work now in the coming weeks on precise criteria, precise commitments, and precise programs that will prepare the basis for member states to take a decision on this in the coming months. I believe that it is possible to have a permanent structured cooperation on defense based on inclusiveness and on a modular approach based on concrete projects that bring added value to the work of the Europeans on defense. We've decided also to continue our work together in the coming weeks on a coordinated annual review on defense that will help member states to work better together when it comes to defense budgets. And together with Vice President of the Commission, Katainen, first time an economic Vice President of the Commission participates to the works of defense and foreign ministers, we have worked on the establishment of this European Defense Action Plan, including the Defense Fund. This will be a way to support with incentives a better way of member states, for member states to spend together better, because I always say there's 2 numbers. On one side, Europeans invest 50% of the United States, but our output is 15%, which means we can work on the economy of scale and improve the way we spend together better. And it's only 80% of the investments in Europe that are done together and are not national. So there is space for improving this economy of scale, improving the way in which Europeans spend on defense and invest on defense. This will also help the transatlantic burden sharing. This will also help NATO, and all this work is consistent with the intensifying of cooperation we have with NATO. We also discussed other strands of work we will continue to bring forward in the coming weeks. The use of the battle groups, some issues we have to review to make sure these are instruments we can effectively use, how to increase and improve information sharing, but also to strengthen our civilian missions. I will bring all this work, the decisions taken, and the preparation for further steps to be decided in the European Council to heads of state and government on Thursday, and again in the Foreign Affairs Council in later spring. And I believe that this entire work will be one of the fields where the European Union will have the possibility to advance very significantly even further in the coming months. Sorry?
The Center for
In the coming weeks. We have agreed that, obviously, with the help of all the member states, this will be operational within the coming weeks. It will be constituted about 30 staff, and I know that you will have the possibility of having a technical briefing just following my communication now, so that you can also address all the technical questions. But as you see, we're running fast. We're going onwards united, and really I'm very, very satisfied with the work we've done collectively. This is also thanks to the ministers of defense, of foreign affairs, but also I have to say one word about the excellent team and the excellent staff we have here in Brussels, dedicated professionals, both military and civilians, that have made this possible, because it's a lot of serious, delicate work, and the fact that in 6 months we've managed to arrive to operational decisions all together, smoothly, constructively, is very encouraging for the future of Europe.
How many countries have showed appetite to PESCO at the moment?
At the moment, I wouldn't say that I've seen any not showing appetite, but now, as I said, for us it's a matter of getting concrete. Getting concrete on what exactly this implies in terms of commitments, in terms of projects, which are the projects that bring an added value. And this preparatory work now will become intense, so that in the coming months, we will be, I think, ready to offer to the member states the possibility to launch permanent structured cooperation if they want so. I hope that for the Council in June, this preparatory work can be completed. But I'm very encouraged by the fact that today we take very important decisions. Only, again, 5-6 months ago, this would have been quite impossible to imagine. And this shows that European decision makers have understood that security is a priority for Europeans, for European citizens, and for sure the global environment invites us to take more responsibility, and the way to take more responsibility in defense and security is through the European Union.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. I'm sorry, I will have to...
We need to go. We see you in a few minutes on the other side in the country.